My name is Joe Peroni, and this is the Rise Above Project. And today is going to be a short show. I just want to take a look at a couple of things here. I can't imagine that anybody out there looks at Donald Trump and says, yeah, you know what? That's the guy for me. He represents me. So I want to show you this real quick. I thought it was really interesting. This happened in a speech the other day. And I think just for fun, I'm going to run it back and forth a couple of times. So let me see if I can get this up here. Whoops, hold on. All right, just in case you couldn't see that really well, Donald Trump, I don't know, saw fit to simulate giving oral sex to a man. Now, this is his closing argument now with the election coming up on Tuesday. This speech that he was doing was on Saturday. So you're looking at, 3 days to go for the election. This guy's running for president, and he's jerking off a microphone and going down on a microphone. So this is the example of a masculine alpha male. This is an example of a guy running for president. What is this exactly? I don't know. Let's go back over it.
I said, oh man, it's too low.
I'm thinking that he's trying to recreate his last meeting with Vladimir Putin. It's gotta be. I mean, what else could it be? But by the way, this guy is leading a political party, supposedly, that is the party of family values, that Christian leaders are following and thinking he's the next coming of Christ. I don't know. Let's, if he is, let's check it out again. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Nice technique. I don't know any man that's a straight heterosexual man that would think that that's okay to do. Plus, you're running for president. Like, is this the type of person that we want to represent the United States? This is also the political party that bans books. One of the books that they have banned is Charlotte's Web, right? So we don't want children to see or read Charlotte's Web. But this is okay. Interesting. I want to know how anybody can justify that. And here's a guy that puts it out there, and these Trumpers, they hate the LGBTQ community for whatever reason, even though they're doing things behind closed doors. This guy is in public at a rally for all these people, for the whole world to see, and he's doing that. Think about this, right? What if Kamala Harris went up there and started simulating sexual things? Okay, you would never hear the end of it. This guy does it, and I guarantee you that this is not shown on Newsmax or Fox News or OAN or whatever the heck Republican conservative propaganda is out there. They need to be showing this. There is no way that all these Christians should be following this guy. There is no way that fathers should be following this guy. There is no way that anybody, women, shouldn't be offended by the stupidity of this type of action. And it's not just that. I don't have the technical ability to keep showing you all these things, but I can pull up something and you could find it yourself. He was in front of a high school, I think it was in Wisconsin, and he's talking to a lot of young people, and he starts talking about having golden showers and how his wife wouldn't believe that he would be having golden showers with another girl because the urine would be a problem because he's a germaphobe. This is a guy running for president of the United States, and actually who was president of the United States. If this doesn't sicken you, you really have to plumb the depths of your soul to think why. What is wrong with you? Like, what is going on with you that you're contemplating voting for this guy? Now, 50% of people probably are, and he has a really good chance to win this election. So you got to ask yourself, like, do you know this information? I mean, is that possible? Are you watching propaganda news where you're not seeing and hearing how weird he is and how cognitively deficient this guy is? He also talks about gender-affirming operations happening in schools. He literally says you can bring your boy to school, and then when you go to pick up your boy from school, he comes back and he's already a woman. Like, that is so stupid in every case. I mean, do you think that they have areas where you can do surgeries? Do you think the teachers are doubling as surgeons? Do you think you can recover from surgeries in a couple of hours? Like, there's people believing this. I had a lady hand me her card when I was going to go vote, and I couldn't wait to grab her card to vote against her because she was saying, oh, they're doing gender-affirming care. They're turning boys into girls and girls into boys in our schools. Just me verbalizing this, I feel weird. I feel really like, oh my God, like how can I even verbalize this? It sounds so sick and depraved. But the problem is that 50% of the voting populace believes this, and there's a good chance of voting against Kamala Harris because of stupidity that they believe like this. So it has to be talked about. So we end up dragging all these conversations down into the dirt. So this speech happened yesterday too. Let me pull this up. I'm going to pull up part of this speech. And I know it's not going to sound very good that I'm reading it, but that's the point. This is word for word of what he said. He said this in North Carolina. Now, if you can listen to this and you think that he is cognitively okay, again, you got to really check yourself to see what's going on. Okay, here's his speech. When I say insane asylums, and then I say Dr. Hannibal Lecter, does anybody know? They go crazy. They say, oh, he brings up these names out of, well, that's genius, right? Dr. Hannibal Lecter. There's nobody worse than him. Silence of the Lambs. Who the hell else would even remember that? I have a great memory, but they always hit me. I don't bring it up too much because they have to take he brought up Hannibal Lecter. What does that have to do with this? What is it? It has everything to do with it, right? So I've done something for you, that I haven't done in 20 speeches. I brought up Dr. Hannibal Lecter, and we're allowing him. You watch, these fake people will say again, he brought up Hannibal Lecter, has absolutely nothing to do. You know, I do the weave, right? The weave. It's genius. You bring up Hannibal Lecter, you mention insane asylum. Hannibal Lecter, you go out. No. There'll be a time in life where the weave won't finish properly at the bottom, and then we can talk. But right now, it's pure genius. Hey, I have an uncle. My uncle John. My father's brother. My uncle. 41 years at MIT, the longest serving professor, has so many degrees, he didn't know what the hell to do with all of them. All in the most complicated. I understand a lot of his stuff. You know, I believe in that. Jack Nicklaus is not going to produce a bad golfer, right? You know, that's the way it works. It's just one of those things, and it's in the family, and it's whatever. Okay, as crazy and lunatic fringe as that sounds from me saying it, that's word for word part of Donald Trump's speech, and it didn't get any better than that. If you're listening to that and you're cheering for him and you're waiting around for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to hear him say that stupidity and then go jerking off microphones and going down on a microphone, I don't, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with 50% of the people in this country? I'll never get it because you cannot justify it. So the election's only in a couple of days. Listen, at some point, right, you're going to look back on your life, and there's going to be younger people, no matter who it is, your kids, your nieces, nephews, or whatever, and they're going to look at you and they're going to ask you, what did you do during that time? Who did you vote for? Who did you stand up for? Did you stand up for that crazy lunatic that can't put a sentence together, that's simulating sex with a microphone, that's doing all these crazy things, saying all these whacked out, weird conspiracy theories? Did you go with that guy? Or did you try to do what's right for America? And you're going to have to answer that question. I hope you answer it the right way. My name is Joe Peroni. This is the Rise Above Project. Please subscribe and tell a friend. Thank you.